It stinks. Nobody, that's why. Well, and that's why we're going to be calling on the Nigerian police. It is time that they properly investigate Mr. Joseph Oluwabamiwa Aloba. It's very important now. He needs to be called in for questioning, and where possible, proper forensics should be done around him too. He took the body from the house, presumably on the 12th. And that is the beginning of the journey of the injustice that we're still seeing. It's the beginning of the cover-up and the obstruction of justice. There is no way. There is no way 2-3 days after Mohbad was buried, and the call from the family inside Mohbad's house is the call for Naira Marley's Samilari and Prime Boy. And none of the family members were interested in calling and asking that the nurse should be presented. That means they later injected the nurse story. Somebody brought the script along the line and perfected it. And that is why it is important for the detectives in Abuja, the police investigating this case, to look into that area. It's part of the things that we want them to know. We want to know. It's going to help to bring about the puzzle in this case. When and how did the obstruction of justice began in Mohbad's case? When and how? Yes, Shako, the North storyline is an afterthought. I concur with you. Brilliant of you. To them, there is no leeway to get all of this done. No, they are getting it wrong. They are getting it wrong. It began after exhumation. Exactly. Because at the end of the day, no, it can't be after exhumation. It began before the burial. A decision was made, first and foremost, to deceive the entire public the exact day Mohbad's breath is last. I am still of the opinion, I will say allegedly, but I will get that fact very shortly. We're going to be asking that the Nigerian police should, as a matter of urgency, lift the authentic doctor's report of Kuramed Hospital. Don't be surprised if he's coming up and showing us that Mohbad was taken to that hospital on the 11th. Another thing that you people are not looking into, you'll be shocked that Mohbad was authentically taken to that hospital on that 11th. Or very, very early in the morning of 12th. And that is why the doctor's report from Kuramed Hospital is very crucial. It will state the time Mohbad was brought into that facility. And that will tell you that Mohbad had died even before the nurse appeared. Or Mohbad had died, and probably with the help of the nurse, on the 11th. There are some parts of these old puzzles that only an eyewitness can give a proper and accurate account. And that's a very important thing that we need to look into. How is it possible that they told the father that a strange nurse came into the house after you saw a dube? After the Baba said, I saw a dube soaked with blood. Let me play that again so that you can see. Hold on, guys. Baba saw dube. I'll show you guys now so you can see. And in Dake, They gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kó sú wa.
That's how I met a Jubi soaked with blood. I enter his room. That's how I met a Jubi soaked with blood. As one of his workers now called me and say, Daddy, come and see Mohbad here. Come and see Mohbad here. When I come back from the pub.
Now, Baba confirmed, which is a circumstantial witness account, that he saw Dube soaked with BLOOD. If that really did happen, we have to be honest with ourselves. She caught or walking it in. Only my lead to soaking. Am I got? Because if the only incident to ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ọwọ́ tari yẹn happened at Ikorodu, sọba ma fi délé ẹ̀jẹ̀ ma ti gbẹ lára Mohbad débi pé Dube tó wà nílé ló ṣe fi ń gba ẹ̀jẹ̀. I'm saying this because I know maybe 1 or 2 police officers are listening and they are still trying to, put up the puzzles and see what they really did cover up in Lagos State so that they can know that they have played on the intelligence of Lagosians and Nigerians. And that is why we continue to demand for justice. And now, injection to Mohbad. To funny to me, to go there to in all their stories, there was nowhere the nurse claimed to have actually met Mohbad bleeding. Then at what point the again better not stop it? She láti Ìkòròdú ni, ṣé nínú ilé ni. And then the question now is this: ṣé nígbà tí wọ́n pe Mohbad ní on the 11, because ìgbà yẹn lẹ̀jẹ̀ máa ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí yọ. It can never be on the 12th lẹ̀jẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí yọ tó ṣe pe nurse. They called the nurse based on the hand that was bleeding. That means it must have been bleeding láti on the 11th tó ti pe nurse. So the question now is this: at what point did they stop the bleeding, which was profusely? Now, if they have stopped the bleeding on the 11th, to their soak sinu Dube, that means he had already lost a sizable number of blood. He had to cut down to nurse if to the treat. He had to cut down to nurse treat. Because if he had begun bleeding profusely, Lati Kurudu, right to the 11th, that means there was nowhere in their testimonies, including testimony from Adura in that police station, ni Sabo, ni Panti, that the blood, the BLOD was stopped by who? With what? Kill off is stopping. So Shege Eshi your titi on the 12th or so. So again, that Mohbad titi even true because again gboro ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń jáde keto pe nurse, and they called the nurse on the 11th. So nurse so they sọ pé gbà tó ń dé òun mú gauze bandage, òun mú plaster, òun stop bleeding. Tó bá lóun stop bleeding, that means pé getting your lat on the 11th titi day on the 12th. So now, if the Baba will now come into the house and saw to feel fujuri aṣọ ẹ̀jẹ̀, it means it happened before maybe a day before. Because Kobodo Jejoti nurse day near Geshinda. So now the question is this. If Baba saw Dube, because I need Dube Langori, I want to believe he meant Duve. So Baba said Dube soaked with blood. And then he came into the house. They told him a nurse injected his son. Yes, Daniel, I know she never did. And if the nurse even made an attempt to want to treat, it's an ambush treatment. Always away, they made every effort to ensure that the CCTV of the neighbor who had volunteered from his conscience to release it, not to release it again. And the government and the police are acting as if it doesn't really matter again. But it is, they will get it. They should get it. So if we all understand one thing, that the major person that is still obstructing this justice, it will definitely still be Baba Mohbad, because these are the gray areas that he needs to explain and admit the role he played. If he had committed a crime, he should pay for it. The attempt to be covering up the Baba in this case will be one of the reasons why the justice might still be delayed. I am telling you guys for free. And that is why it is very important as we speak now. A strong, reasonable criminal investigation needs to be looked thoroughly into the role the Baba played, beyond burying the boy. How could you tell the world you went to report that a nurse injected your son and he died, and you saw Dube soaked with blood, and the police said they cannot give? Why would the police even give you a report for that? You're already reporting murder. So why would they want to give you a report to carry the body? Because if this is what you wrote or you explained to the police, immediately you are allowed to write a statement, it becomes a state matter. So, if you truly want to go and deposit in the mortuary, it becomes the responsibility of the police officer to say, where is the dead body? Can we see? Even if the body is in the car. If you are reporting that I have come to report something suspicious around the death of my son, that is a cause for serious action and a proper reason to say, Mobiti nurse wa. Adura, where is the nurse? Darusha, where is the nurse? If those three people cannot present you the nurse, then you know somebody truly have decided to hurt you by taking away your son, if you are not part of what really did happen. As we speak now, it's becoming evident that Mohbad, Zomo needs to be found, and he must tell us what happened in the house. The same Zomo, defend. You guys would still not want to accept that lady Buki Jesse, Biodun Lawal, Famuyiwa, they did a terrible hurt to this justice for Mohbad. They know something. They did so many evil things. It's quite a shame that some people are still believing and following this set of people. It's quite a shame, you know. Because in that same video that we all know that they are shielding Musile. All of you saw it. We had a press conference, and the Spirit of Almighty and the Spirit of Mohbad, and he couldn't even stand the pressure. He saw cameras the way he has never seen before in his life. Thousands and thousands were viewing and streaming. And then he was forced to confirm that yes, there is an extension of a video in the phone with Damola and the game. 3 parties are in that particular video. Omomi Cynthia Adebanjo and late Ileriolua, Promise Oladimeji Aloba, and one person until he got to zone 2. That was where they all began to come out from their holes because they don't know how far until penetrating by. And then he gave that the third party is Mohbad's friend, a soldier, somebody that has probably lived with them in the Korodu before. And I choose not to even give any test of where Yomi Osoroju. Always go out there and say Yomi did not even mention Zomo's name. But because I do not, the pressure was so much, the woman failed to yield invitation. She knew why she didn't want to appear then. And we needed the full name of that Zomo. We need to know because yes, Adura sọ pé àwọn méjì ló lè more details àbítàtì lè rí. Mohbad àti ìyàwó ẹ̀. Mohbad is dead. Me alive. She refused to show up in zone 2. And when it was becoming unbearable, and I got information that she wanted to pass through Kutonu, I quickly go to the border to scream. I went to the airport. Ele got to parallel turn her him. She tried to travel to Ghana. She met a brick wall. When she according to intel that I got, she made an attempt. But because I don't have, how true it is or not, but I got an intel. So I will just say allegedly, but that's what I got. Because all of them, they are being investigated now around murder and other sundry offenses. But it's quite unfortunate that even as big justice for Mohbad, she did mature level. A lot of people are not even appreciating that you have gone this far. And you can see that majority of those people that you relied on, that are true justice seekers, but seriously, they are making all of you to turn your back into what you have been shouting. So then the question is, how many people are truly fighting for justice for Mohbad Latibere? So it has been justice if it is not from us. It will be justice for Mohbad if it's from us or any of our agents. But if it is not coming from you, then your true colors will start showing. I am not surprised because I am a justice seeker and I have experience. I've said, don't expect the crowd. And I don't see justice for Mohbad without even Baba Mohbad properly and seriously criminally investigated. Quote me that I say this. He has so many things to answer. Not just because he's been indicted by the coroner inquest. Proper police investigation should naturally indict him and then question him properly. It needs to be criminally investigated. That way we're going to get justice for Mohbad. It's the ability to still give him the leeway to be going about is why we're still going to be having some necessary and unnecessary stumbling block. The relationship that he's been telling us about himself and his son, Adura, is sitting and very, very purposeful. Is a yak. I'm so for him because a struggle that has kept me going in and out of Nigeria without, struggling, doing so many things. It means I'm willing to sacrifice anything for a struggle like this. And it's, of course, when you look at everything I'm doing, I'm going straight to where the truth and the truth lies. That's why he's not appreciative of what I am doing. That is why, despite the fact, him going from radio station to TV station, oh, one King White, oh, no, so that you people will not understand and ask questions that, if you are seeking justice for your son, the question you ask, and these people backing this Baba is, Shomoya Adura and why justice if you bad? Shomoyi Leboleru. They failed to ask him the right question. How come every justice you are seeking and the truth you want to know, Lori Kuto Pabobad, February Law Adura? And you are there saying the police are not reliable. Police are not to be trusted. Taniki police very kilo ikuolo Pabobad, no way other than Adura. What role did Darusha and Spending played? It's very important that the public and the world gets to know. The honest truth is that they are using power, they are using connection. They've promised them a whole lot of money. The people that engage, not just in murder, in the ritual, they are spending a whole lot of money. They believe anybody's life can be taken. I have told you, look at the trajectory again. And it is time again for the police to look and investigate Fabiyi Sola Mustafa, otherwise known as Biodun Lawal. Look at the role she played. She saw that we went into Mohbad's estate. She saw the role, everything that has to do with the neighbor's CCTV. And then suddenly she began to attack me and change it. And then Famuyiwa believed her. What is going on? And this same Fabiyi Sola Mustafa, Ogba Yabobadi Sile, Ogba Dura Sile, Ogba King White Sile. She works with a what? An estate or real estate company. That real estate company, Iyabojo is linked to them. King White is linked to that real estate company. And the owner of that real estate company tried to contact me via DM few months ago. It's quite a shame. The people that said they are seeking justice. We are not looking for how to get the remaining 4 people into police net in Abuja. Do you all think it's easy? It will be illegal to arrest any of them here and detain them in a police facility here more than 48 hours. They have to get to Abuja under 48 hours. So the implication is that, number one, transport wọn Abuja. The only lock was that Wunmi nìkan ló fara rìn lọ. Kò dẹ̀ ṣe pé bóyá even a lot of resources has been spent to even try to pick her up. Just the way we did during the Zone 2 time. And listen carefully and for good. The warrants of arrest were issued by a court of competent jurisdiction, stating clearly why each of them are needed. Number one, and they are being investigated at the force headquarters the FCID in Abuja. And under the name of the Inspector General of Police, the warrant of arrest was obtained. And the entire bundle has been notified to the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State. And at any time, any of the suspects is to be arrested, the team and the police will have to arrive at the nearest police station. Or from Abuja, they call the nearest police station to where they want to arrest any of the suspects. Police, as a matter of fact, they've got rights to arrest and detain anybody for 24 hours, whether you commit a crime or not. Even if you feel you want to commit crime, under the law. I am arresting you on suspicion of this for 24 hours. But that's not even in this case. There is a basis, there is a warrant to pick any of these suspects. It's quite a shame that the same community that have been demanding that the key persons in the house are investigated, and now that the police and the government are willing and they've started, 3 are already in custody and on bail. Yet, unnecessary division and diversion and distraction, and then people are not interested again. Then who is the problem militating against justice for Mohbad? Shout out to money. Any cover in turn around him. And the lawyer brought out and showed to you that, hello, we would give you a reason why you're needed here and why you're being investigated. You have been alleged and you're complicit for murder, theft, and criminal conspiracy. So we are investigating you. It doesn't necessarily mean that because we are interviewing you and you have written your statement means the evidence that we need is going to come from you. But before we can go to court, your presence needs to be marked at this formation. Because there is no way they want to pack anybody to court. The police are, where is the suspect? Where is the statement of the suspect? No suspect can be arraigned without a statement. So any of those people can be charged to court because they've already been arrested or they turned themselves in and they are being processed in that formation. That makes it a very viable, positive direction. But people don't understand. Majority are used to the fact that Tomati support your country police top party from bail and to the quick case is the end. But all those offending that complainant, our petitioner actually do. By right, whether the presidency is involved or not, case the only thing they might do is slow. But the first thing the police will do is they will do their job, get the right evidence, pursue. The reason why Lagos State case was like that was because the fake person, for justice, don't follow up, was the family. So big attack on she case here, big attack on this, our family let you launch a case, don't follow up, or they follow nada. That is why the Baba Mohbad will come out and tell you for 2 years, for jury nurses on you. That means he has not been following up. That was why I was angry. When Baba a TV station, still a radio station, get the job done with the police. So if you all cannot accept the fact that despite your intelligence, your education, you failed the investigation, you failed the struggle. You were there. And when you admit, and then we have opportunity to restructure and retrace our steps, let's take the bull by the horn. Follow up case here. All the evidences that were being brought on social media, people were just making show out of it. As beautiful, as crucial, as important as those evidence are, they come on social media, they end on social media. And those people were making jest. That is why some set of group of people can call around your come and share here. It's why man listen someone come. How can you be listening to people that has nothing to contribute to just cause of justice? They are there because one of the angle to go you Baba to people to suffer people who justice for those of and the local Mobadi. Also, people who share with me local Mobadi those suffering here. That is why they will say we have every reason to be fighting. Don't persecute her. But the people that are claiming to be fighting, when you want to speak the truth to them, they will tell you, if the father of the boy can come and say, Allelupa, there must be basis for that. He who asserts must prove. He who asserts must prove. So if the same Baba, which I don't even believe was following up on the case, I'd rather follow up case here, don't get it twisted. When the case was domiciled at the Lagos State Police Command, in Yomi follow up case and she was not even treated as a suspect. Darusha follow up case and was not treated as a suspect. Adro follow up case and was not treated as a suspect. Baba Mobado follow up case and was not treated as a suspect. Iya Mobado follow up case and was not treated as a suspect. Spending a follow up case and was not treated as a suspect. Prime Boy follow up case was treated as a suspect. But he didn't follow up. He's only interested in his own. But you're wrong. So the question now is this: why are you blaming the police if they gave you this kind of investigation in Lagos State? Who did you public thought was following up for you then? Even that everybody will come up and say, we have been talking about it on TikTok last September 2023. Who was following up on behalf of the public? How were they following up? Because people assume that when they speak on social media like this, so when we begin to understand the lacunas, our own faults, where we faltered, where we made mistakes, then we start restricting our steps. How then will such a movement got or have a credible a face and to loruko to tuni a viable active NGO to jape eyino tewanchi eyino letwan bombu ti oniton? How can the public be that? I have to continue to tap strength from honest members of the public that are neutral and that believe in the cause of true justice and says, oh, I think Yomi will do something. Let's continue to support Yomi. Left to those that thought the cause of justice is fracas. It's not fracas. It's not cyber stalking. It's not cyber bullying. There is justice again as we go. That is why they will say, okay, Yomi is throwing service. No. If people are embedded and are net deep into fracas and cyberbullying, Constitution nothing fight the cause of justice. Facts, actions, honesty, nothing fight the cause of justice. And what people were doing is that when you now realize, they thought I am the only one involved in Break the Silence Foundation. I was humble enough. I respect every individual. That was why I felt like if this movement has got enough people, thought it need ready-made interest, thought to form community, why should I go and stand alone somewhere? Knowledge will monitor your community. Fame will monitor your community. Even if I envisage that they will rubbish me on my woman, and to your source, if you want to fight this kind of a case, you have to go through it. It might be painful, but endure. There is no way a soldier will be in the war front. At some point, he will revolt and say, sir, with all due respect, I am on the battlefield. You need to cut me some slack and give me my respect and respect my sacrifice. You can't be talking down on me while I'm taking bullets fighting. Because some bosses can be overreaching. It's only quite unfortunate that people thought that you are an actor, you are leading the pack. About it, no, eh? And it's quite a shame. The agents, they will be the one, they will go behind, they will destroy my reputation. They will be the one to want to destroy me. They will be the one to be looking for evidence to send me to prison. They will talk down on me repeatedly. And when it comes to speaking the truth, they all go quiet. And they will think I'll be scared of what? I continue to fight on. When I saw the need to expose family, I did. Without fear. When they say, Yomi, me ni ba won ja now. You want him on pump. So it makes sense in it. If I'm truly interested in money, I can tell you for free. That's just motivate TikTok. Motivate TikTok. Don't for me gift be. But ya ni 10%. You know what for me? Everything had gone into this justice for bad movement, including my travels, including prayers, including trying to ensure that okay, be you, then DBU, including paying for some credible information. Until when it is very important to say it. Because Tebalo Juno are people that they thought they are bigger than God. Don't believe people along with the man like any tolong with the limu, follow Babura along with Tida. But any tolong with limu could see along with Tida. But majority of them they might not see. I am appealing to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. Ashiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Don't for any fake loyalty. Some of them, they want you to fail. If I can come through with love and loyalty and tell you that Nkombo to Pharaoh, oh wait, Shalom Israel, he didn't want to give them freedom. Later he accepted after he saw few signs. He accepted, he gave it. And then some people went back to meet him. His people. Don't believe people trust in him. Don't grant them freedom. It's not true. Which God will ask you to give them freedom? And then Pharaoh, instead of him to listen, say, I am okay. That person that is coming to speak to me, he's speaking to me like somebody who cares about me. He had access to this palace. Say, King Pharaoh, this is the voice of the Lord thy God. It says, let my people go. But because he thought he should listen more to the voice of these people around him instead of Almighty God, from somebody who genuinely and naturally care about him and is loyal to him, and he said, no, who is that God? Who is that God that will ask me that the children of Israel should go? And some of these people are saying, who is that God? Who is that person? Justice. They were beating their chest. They think they are more intelligent than the national security advisor, the experts that felt like we have to nip it in the bud. The best way to get through this is to allow for prosecution. I want that is the way it should be. And before they know it, majority of them thought they will escape. And it is at that point they will know that that God, when he speaks with authority. The most important thing is I'll scream at the top of my lungs I have openly expressed my loyalty and respect, admiration to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. If it is not that very important, I would have written to the President. It's quite a shame, though, that some people will think me writing to the President, I won't even get a response. And even when we did, they still find a way to talk it down. The question you should be asking most of these people that who are you people? Whether the presidency is involved, whether the local government chairman is involved, the most important thing is that it is the police that the presidency will give the directive to. It is the police that would have to lift up the case in the light of a new lead. And are we seeing that? It's quite a shame. The people that I stood by and said we're fighting justice together saw the highest level of police in this country revisiting this case, and they are looking the other way. What a shame. It's quite a shame. The last thing anybody wants to hear from me is that I'm backing out, but no. I will not because of people that really don't care about the true justice, but their own ego to inform my decision. Then I have failed the principle and the temple of justice. It's quite a shame that I haven't left. I can't leave UK and go and be sleeping on the floor in Abuja, and it still does not make a lot of sense to some people. I choose not to overeat the polity. If I don't care about the government, I can always, walk on the crowd. I can, people don't understand how these things work. They thought immediately you put up a protest, then the crowd will come out. Everywhere in the world, you have to mobilize for crowding. You mobilize the sizable number of crowd that you need that will attract the entire world. But I didn't want to do that, and I didn't do that because I believe, of course, I've gotten the attention that the case needed. Justice for Mohbad, and of course, protection and safety for the reputation of the president, the ruling party, and the next governor of Lagos State. I've just been told in the last few days that one of the targets is that the next person to become the governor of Lagos State through Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not succeed. They don't want. And the people that are probably behind this are in the same Asiwaju circle. I don't know who they are, but Intel report is saying one of the reasons why they are withholding that vital information about Mohbad's death that they're going to be throwing out. They will throw it out when the statistics and the planning of a president will look at, we did not envisage this. But the question they will look is, did we want to say we didn't hear this? How come? I will speak up again. I will shout at the top of my voice again to the president and to the first lady of a Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Remi. I will do that very soon again. By the special grace of God, I'm going to be standing in front of the White House. But I will be able to speak and call the attention of top leaders in the United States government. They need to look into this matter. When any individual is being denied justice, probably because some people are powerful, he can't fight for himself. But I can tell you for free, I care so much about Asiwaju is a leader. He has done so much. But most of these people don't care about him again. They don't care if you feel. Just the way some people think that justice for Mohbad can fail if it's going to come through Yomi Fabiyi and break the Silence Foundation and not them. That is the same way some people are feeling. If the next governor of Lagos State is not coming through them, they don't care if that party fails. They don't care if Asiwaju is embarrassed and they lose Lagos again. I get to hear so many things. But most of these people planning these things are still close to the man. But are we going to keep quiet? It may be a reason like me. It's a reason like Dali Asiwaju. He built leaders. And he has taken sizable risk on things that concerns this country and the poor people. so that in the nearest future, the poor people and the citizenry equally will start benefiting from the Commonwealth. This Commonwealth that has stayed in the hands of few, it sat in the hands of few for a very long time. Èmi ò rí relé rí o. I can't be really. We have for 2 years demanded that the police should do the right thing. Yomi turned herself in. Spending was taken to Abuja. Damola in. They are trying to escape Adura here and there. When you see when that black, white, and when they came out, you could see they were shivering. They lack shame. Because there are some terrible, disgusting people. Don't create a platform. Don't freestyle support our dry any underground. Should make any sense. Ne? Your father is seeking justice, allegedly. Let's assume by whatever he's doing. Wọ́n ti mọ kú tó pa Mohbad. Wọ́n ti mọ bí tó kú sí. Ìwọ àdúrà dé wà ńbẹ̀. Your father is being embarrassed almost every day. And some sick people who are alive and they are celebrating the nonsense. Just because you need to go. Come and explain. Normally, who needs him to be arrested other than for him to walk straight? Shebi àwọn kan ló bọ́ta. Ibi tó yẹ kẹ́nu ẹnu kò sí. Ìkọ́ bọ́ta ó ní bọ́ ṣe Wùnmí. Kí ló tó ń ṣe spending bẹ́ẹ̀? Ṣé bí Wùnmí ṣe ni spending ṣe? Now, all the platforms cannot say, why is Adura not, including those that are supporting the Baba? Baba, kí ló dé Baba ò ṣe lọ? Since Stewart, yes, ikú ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ mọ kú tó pa ọmọ yín ni. Kí ló dé tẹ́ lọ bá, kó sọ pé mú mi lọ bá wọn. Oh yeah, let's go, I'll follow you down. Èmi ni mo bí ẹ. You can't be doing video. Mate, do me magba tó kú. It's disgusting. You know certainly that your son have not told you the truth. Irú ẹbí wo ni ti yín? Ó tún ṣì nẹ́fọ́ ọlọ́mọ yẹn ṣe ọmọ bí. Kì má bímọ rárá gan pè. One lunatic that is greedy. On form bodyguard, what is the basis? Most of you, but this guy is connected to that real estate. The owner of our real estate. The fabiyi is connected to that real estate. Yabo is connected to the real estate. So what is going on? What is going on? So we have to understand what is really going on. The intelligent community, they need to look into this. So definitely the security reports that is coming is genuine. I want to watch a documentary. I'm beginning to believe them. I don't know why any government will be so quiet and they won't take the right action. Though, I need to be honest with you, Abuja is activated. They are pursuing justice for Mohbad. And at any point in time, if the rest of the suspects are in sight, they will pick them. The 14th of January. I pray to Almighty God. Okay, I want to. I call it. Me believe we. Me ni believe ko won ni ko ni wa njo yen. Tí ó bá ti wá. Tí ó bá ti jáde ní 14th of January yen. then I'll be able to conclude on a lot of people. A whole lot of people. I'll conclude immediately. It's becoming new city. And why justice? Police had gone back into Meta. And what they feel Latico. I'm continuing to do your big. Don't need to like me now. What's my business in you liking me? Are we in the right path? If you don't like me, don't stop what I'm doing. Exactly. Keep us. Who'd like I don't want anybody to love me. Just do right by my side. Ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo kì í ṣe lórí alábàáwọn ẹlòmíì. Àtàbá sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn á ní kò ebi ọ̀dẹ̀ lè dákẹ́. I don't keep quiet for people. Mi ìfẹ́ mọyé èrò lórí social media. I don't see such things. Mo fi ọlọ́ba búra kò wọ́n affect mi kò lè affect me. Because I speak the truth all the time. And when I fight a just cause. People will now be castigating me for explaining and expressing my pain. And it told them, then they keep quiet about it. These people are honest. When I wanted to start, the NGO is well funded, or people are funding the NGO without coming or asking me to come and lick our asses. Because series see me finish. Yomi the best of the best artists in this whole country, in Nigeria, because some people, they are terrible. Stage, but ṣé mo yẹ ogun burúkú tó ṣe ṣé èèyàn kọ́kọ́ ló kó ogun fún Wùmí àti Blessing papọ̀ ibi kọ́kọ́ ló lògùn méjì ti wá ní tọ́jú sojú olórí ọmọ yẹn. They knew already that gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí case Mohbad ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. But how they were able to convince the entire family? Ọlọ́mọ ajá ṣe bí ni o. When they say poverty is a disease, eje ká má gbàládùra pé kọ́nà má fi ṣe kan wa, kó má fi ṣe wa, kó má fi ṣe ní kankan wa. Àwọn pa ẹbí mi. Ẹni tó pa yẹn, àwọn akógun lé mi lọ́wọ́ pé ẹ̀yà lọ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ máa ṣe nìyẹn, ó ti lọ ti ẹnìyẹn. Nígbà tẹ́ wá ṣe gbogbo yẹn tán, tí Ọlọ́run wá lóhùn wá dé. Torí pẹ̀lú gbogbo agbára tẹ́ ní ó padà gbogbo agbára tó ní ìbọn padà wú kú yẹn bó ti ẹ̀ pọ́n wu jágbàjàgbà pé kí lélẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ìṣí padà wú and òótọ́ táwọn ayé fẹ́ rí wọ́n ti rí tó ti build lẹ̀ ìjọ tí kinní yẹn máa explode maybe ìjọ yẹn lọ́wọ́ wà pé aṣọ Yomi tó ti ń pariwo láti jọ yìí it's better for this government to have listened to Yomi because I'm speaking from the place of love and loyalty. Mo fi Ọlọ́run bàbúrà Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu, I am loyal to you 101% until I see something to prove otherwise. Ẹ lọ bèrè even gbangba ẹ sàṣìgán èmi I preach 99% that they should reform the Nigerian police, they should give them better lives, they should do this because we are need lumi dafe pe luwa de le parolo mo follow babra to ba ni kolopa koko go on strike fún one day. Ìjọ ẹ̀rọ àwọn àkókò síngọ̀ tó ń jẹ́ Nàìjíríà mọ̀ kọ́kọ́ sọ pé 24 hours ẹ má wọlé ẹ sọ pé ẹ kọ kí sójà wà lẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ sọ pé ọlọ́pàá kọ̀ kúrò lásán lè máa mọ difference ní ọlọ́pàá àti sójà Let me more difference nínú ọlọ́pàá àti DSS. Let me more difference nínú ọlọ́pàá àti EFCC. Ẹni pé ọlọ́pàá wà more deep, more thorough, more trained, better. Pẹ̀lú bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe rí wọ̀nyí sí. Wọ́n ṣì better ju gbogbo àwọn yẹn lọ. Ìjọ ẹ̀ lẹ́wọ̀n pé what? So it's because we have not been supporting the police to even get better. La ṣe mo value wọn. I speak my truth always. When you suffer one by the day I'm going to do my documentary, you will see my own truth. I will sacrifice, I will wrote, I will play, I will everything. I said to those people when I noticed that they were beginning to hijack, I said, don't do this. They wanted to start with Tinubu Gate. Oh, Basa Gate. I screamed at the top of my voice, Oparu, don't do this. I don't know who is sponsoring you guys. Don't hijack this. Don't do this. Model Lekki to Gate. When you come back, you come back, go. So we come back, and go. Hijack. And then the next thing they started, Buhari must go. How many answers? Sheikh Jomo Buhari must go. If a top of government. We are asking for end of police brutality. And then you take Jerusalem, they say Buhari must go, and then their intention is they will revolt, and then they start burning and killing people. And I stood tall and clean. Even on the 21st of October, I still came out. Go back to my Instagram. LOC 2020. Me delete you and me. Got a dory TikTok in be like the anybody. When people say they want to support, even some popular musicians, to one pay me, but divert my buy and can send it. I must send the me. I sacrificed, I did everything for myself. The body shall case. Me, anybody one group will come. Who said, talk pay me, come down, go over it off my bag, offer a singlet for me, it's a learning group. Me, about no for me, low go, baba yìí ṣàní kẹ fún send kébì máa pa mi ó pè mí kí n bèrè lọ́wọ́ baba yìí ṣàjọ kí n gbowó lọ́wọ́ ará ta tó fẹ́ fún kí n mú sápò ó pè mí kọ́ fún baba yìí ṣàní kí n wá bèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé baba yìí ṣà I'm hungry ju pé ẹ fẹ́ baba yìí ṣà lọ ẹ fún mi then I deceive ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ irú ẹ̀ lé ayé mi ọlọ́run bó ṣe ń compensate èèyàn ẹ wo bí industry bó ṣe gbógun tì mí gbà yẹn. Ẹ̀wọ́n lọ ṣe ọlọ́dẹ kádàrá wọ́n ṣe wo aláwọn tó inú ẹ̀ mo bímọ àwọn ogun wa ń tinú ogun ṣẹ́ inú ẹ̀ mo bímọ inú ẹ̀ ni mo ṣe wọ́tọ̀ ni mo ya fíìmù inú ẹ̀ ni tí ò sí tó sọ pé wọ́n ti yọ mí kúrò wọ́n sọ pé kọ́ suspend mi lẹ́gbẹ́ ńgbà ẹ̀ inú ẹ̀ la kọ́lé sí inú ẹ̀ ni mo ṣe sílé inú ẹ̀ ni mo ṣe birthday ogun wa jẹ́ nítorí okó pópó pé wọ́n lọ́wọ́ bá ṣásìkò lè kí Yomi tẹ̀ tó wá gbéra I can't even explain it. Mo gbé fíìmù home video nǹkan tí Yomi ti ẹ̀rọ bó tiẹ̀ lè work bó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ pé 6 months mo lò mo wá gbé káàkiri Canada America UK ẹ̀mẹ́rin ni mo wọ UK àsìkò tí mo bá dé kú yẹn I went into America 4 times láàrin May sí November I went out in of America 4 times. Me, there's American citizen. Mo ń lọ bó ṣe mo bá di ṣe ó kú September ni. Àwa join community lórí TikTok. Ẹlòmíì gan rò pé mo wá travel lórí kí ó ṣe máa lọ UK. Mo kọ̀ wáyé pé what an insolence. Ọlọ́run máa dá wa padà sẹ́yìn. Gbogbo bí tó yẹ kí èèyàn lọ tó yẹ kí èèyàn tójú bọ̀ on behalf of the Nigerian public the same people tàjọ́ ṣe náà àwọn náà lọ máa ní ẹ wá lọ rán ẹ lọ ẹ̀wọ̀n àwọn ló fẹ́ mú evidence tó máa fi rán lọ ẹ̀wọ̀n àwọn tó wá ń gbọ́ nǹkan tẹ́niyẹn ṣe ẹ nírí wọn kọ́ condemn pé you have to apologize or say sorry for what you have done is bad irú wọn ẹ lọ́wọ́ fẹ́ kébì máa bẹ̀rù wọn máa bẹ̀rù ẹni tí ó lè tó ròótọ́ tí ó lè sọ ọlọ́run máa bà tèmi jẹ́ kí ni fẹ́ máa fọ́ fún gbàdé pé bí ń pa mí à ń pọ́nra wa lé nì. If you all could sit together and you could not say, it's too much from you. same person, and the same set of people will sit down. They could not come up with the truth and say, no. Any Tobashi sorrow is still pained. You can't do this to this person. Go and talk about that. Oh, Liban no yo koni komaki. Ika aje eni bi on lo mama no eyan. To ba ni eni yen o gbodo ke tori ba kan lohun se je ko te se waju temi no. Olo di. Kini mo ba kiri. But whatever the case may be, justice for Mohbad is coming. It's coming. Whatever pain I'm going through, I know God aburo turasi because any to te ko tie tí ó yẹ kó ha ọmọ ká lára mi ó ń ṣọwọ́ gidi lára mi ó dẹ̀ ń gbà sára ẹni tí ó yẹ kó pàṣẹ fún mi because normally on a good day when people are supposed to donate to an NGO, you donate, you can't be treating an NGO come and be telling us how you spend it. Come on, it's necessary, but you have to take it like that. Ó really ọ̀fẹ́ ṣe lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ rẹ̀ dìbì èèyàn mélòó ló lè gbé ara ẹ̀ sílẹ̀. So ma to ko so pe o lokiki, ma to ko so pe o orúkọ tó ní o mú kankan because to them everything is money. Ogbo òkìkí kọ́ lówó is substance. Tọ́lọ́run bá ṣí lójú kẹ́ ma wọ́n tó wà ní ọ̀rọ̀, you know better. When I come out and speak and say, Wumi, go to Abuja, so place, ogbon ko bi tí mo bá dé, I meant it. Ẹ ti gbà pé lẹ́yìn tí wọ́n ti circulate court order. Ni mo ṣe pariwo pé Ọmọwunmi Cynthia, you are a person of interest in Abuja in so place. Ṣé bá tó débẹ̀ kò bá bẹ̀? Kó tó débẹ̀ ó ti lọ complain. Èyàn bá ìporúkọ òun ó ń bá òun lórúkọ jẹ́ o. Ṣìgìní kan o, páńpẹ́ ayé ni o. O competition lọ bìkan, o túbọ̀ náà ọbẹ̀ lọ yẹ̀wò. Ó wá débẹ̀ orí pé òótọ́ ni. Kò wá ṣe pé olùgbò òótọ́ nìkan lásán. Wọ́n ní you are being investigated for murder, for theft and criminal conspiracy. This is a capital offense. Àwọn kan dẹ̀ ṣì jókòó wọ́n ṣe bálabàla. If you don't commit it direct, if they say you are complicit, that means pé olówó nú àwọn tó pa ìgbìmọ̀ àjọ pa. And then whoever sent the group of people, whatever they have done, all of them should pay for the crime they committed. Ibi tí bàbá yẹn ti wọ̀ pé the same charges tó ń gbélé Wunmi ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ náà ló máa gbé ládùúrà lọ bàbá yẹn ṣe sá. So that you guys should know only ìyá Mohbad ṣe ń pariwo. And whether they like it or not, the truth and justice must be served. That is our work as a human rights organization. We must stand tall in the pursuit of truth and justice, not stand tall in the pursuit of cyberbullying, cyberstalking. Normally on a good day, mo ṣe to life for me. So I mo ní pé case ele ti forí ṣọpọ́n. Let me go in and rescue. Me ní fira mi sírú situation de pé it kò lè worse tó kò gbọ́dọ̀ worse fún mi tó yìí. Because any case if I dabble into, I would have arranged myself, start it well, and then people will start supporting. Then they will deliver on the mandate. If I go into a project, Koba get 300 million, that's it. Give you 20 million, the remaining will still be used for other causes. Not to talk of this one, look at, we need 4 people. Actually, need a man. On the 14th, so how many weeks to this time? We have to prepare ourselves. The police from Abuja, they have to arrive. Because I'm not ready to take any chances. Torí mo sọ sí mi sọ, on tó mọ̀ pé a máa ṣe ni. So in case tí ó wà yọjú sí court yẹn on the 14th, we have to prepare ourselves that I want to dúró sí Èkó for another 1 week. Because mi ò lè dá free, mi lè mobilize ọlọ́pàá láti Abuja. Strike team, gbogbo ẹ̀. Come out the court ń jọ yẹn. Because ẹ̀rí pé boy tó wá ń bọ́ta tó ń dẹnu belebele ẹnu ló ní. Ṣùgbọ́n mọ̀ pé ẹlẹ́dàá Mohbad èṣù ló máa ṣọ́ máa gun tán. A ní kò sí kankan já lọ́jọ́. Wọ́n á yọjú. But talk about yọjú, then we have to start. And then people look at it and say, these are the things that we need to do. ẹ wo gbogbo ẹ wo ye days tó fi sọ pé irọ́ lè mi ń pa o kò sí nǹkan kan láti Abuja kò sí president àwọn underground yẹn dàlẹ́ ni because mo ti kọ́ yẹn wọn. If I didn't take the bold step and write a petition against the IPO, kéèyàn tó lè take the bold step tí ó bá sí presidency bẹ́ẹ̀ máa kọ petition against the IPO ní first headquarters. After everything that has been brought out. Ìmọ̀ tẹ́mi lè fi tẹ́yìn lọ́rùn o ẹ̀yin gangan ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń dọ́gbọ́n tákù tẹ́ ń pè wá lórí rọ̀ ẹ̀yin gangan ni ọ̀tá tí wọ́n dẹ̀ sínú kíní tó fẹ́ kọ́ ọmọ yẹn rí justice. Search your conscience tẹ́ bá yẹ pé bí wọ́n ti ń tẹ́ fi sí kọ́nà àbí kan kò ń ṣe kíákíá báyìí ní consequence ẹ̀ ìdájọ́ yẹn ń bọ̀ torí gbogbo ohun tẹ́ ń ṣe yẹn kò ń ṣe nǹkan tẹ́ máa jẹ́ lẹ́ ń wá. You are just being reckless. Gbogbo nǹkan lọ́ fi social media ṣe ẹ̀yin gangan lẹ́ ń lò because àwọn tó ṣe yẹn gan wọn ò nẹ́ẹ̀mí àti ṣerú nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe they were only looking for ta lọ́wọ́ ìdílẹ̀ wọ́n lóyìn. Kí lẹ ẹ̀rẹ́ èèyàn lọ a ṣe protest a ṣe press conference a ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ a ṣe solo protest a ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ yet what else what progress do you want? Wọ́n ṣe kéèsì lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe l'Abuja gbogbo ìròyìn ẹlẹ́gẹ̀ lẹ́ máa mú wá if you knew what they tried to do kàn gbé kéèsì yẹn kúrò wọ́n ṣe kíní kan bí a bá yẹn fẹsẹ̀ lọ da títí láàmú káàkiri l'Abuja last 2 weeks wọ́n lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kẹta kàn lè gbé kéèsì padà ọ̀tọ̀ ni tó ń ṣe pẹ̀lú kíní ọ̀tọ̀ ni kàn bá wọn da padà bọ́ ṣe ẹ bá wọn da padà láti zone 2 kàn da padà sí pàǹtì wọ́n lè bí abẹ́ náà lọ́ máa yẹ sọ pé kàn da pa ilé padà so ẹ sọ fún president ìlú kó dá kéèsì padà láti kíní kó dá padà sí Èkó ṣé àwọn Èkó ló fún ní instruction wọ́n wá rí pé kò ṣe dá padà pé ọmọ wọ́n dẹ̀ ti tàn àwọn host tọ́rọ pé wọ́n ń fún wa support wọ́n ti lọ kó sí wọn lórí irọ́ nìyẹn mi kọ́ apá o kíní kan ló ṣe o wọ́n tún dé àwọn èèyàn sí mi kọ́ wá máa lù mí lẹ́nu gbọ́rọ̀ èmi náà dẹ̀ pretend along pẹ̀lú. I only tell you people I'm terribly miles ahead of you guys kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe tẹ́ ẹjọ́ ń tan àwọn host tẹ́ ẹni tọ́lọ̀ bá rán òun ló máa ṣe àwa lóore o tó máa fi parí justice. If you think that somebody is there for this NGO for this justice for bad movement through us tẹ wá òkú jà lọ wá báyìí máa kó sí lórí jà ṣàkárà yẹn ká fún jẹ kó lè withdraw ẹni tó bá withdraw fẹ́ withdraw ni ẹni tó náà máa lò ló máa lò. Because I'm doing this from my church mind. There are so many other people, resource persons, professionals out there supporting what we are doing. So let's find a way. We have about 4 or more people to get to Abuja. We should be thinking of how to get it done. If you cannot support, if you think it's risky to be telling anybody anything now, never support. Am I blocking Tashi? Am I telling you that she can't conquer Labe? She share ton on share biton on our sorrow, daddy, and Nikki sorrow. My own way, kill a little bit of Africa. It's painful sometimes. Kí máa dá orúkọ ẹlòmíì as ibi tí ọba life dey. Ó lójú celebrity gan tó lè bá ta sí mi tí máa dá orúkọ ẹ padà bí ọba life dey. Because I'm afford to the advantage. That's our training. Tí rèmi bá ta sí ru whiskey dísìn kò dé dá mi lóhùn. Because tó bá dá mi lóhùn èmi máa gèrè. Tí bá ta sáré MD kò dé down. Àfi tó wá kọ́ báyìí pé Yomi fabiyi ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ heavy jẹ́ nǹkan fún lésì. But by training wọ́n kàn bẹ́ẹ̀ bó ṣe gbọ́ ẹ̀ you don't answer somebody who is lower to you kò ṣe pé gbéraga. So it's painful for me kí n máa mention ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ pé mi draggy mi ò ń ṣe fracas. If I see that you are obstructing justice I will stop what you are doing. Ẹ má gbé mi sí level gbọ́ àwọn mi ò ń ṣe TikTok I'm not a host, I'm not all this thing. I am speaking justice. I'm only using my platform to propagate the cause of justice. Drag it. It's pain mentioning some people's name. Now. Everything is not money. But you have to endure so many things because you look like àwọn àbòsí tó ń yọkùn pé àbòsí gidi lélẹ́yìí ládùúrú nǹkan burúkú táwọn pípé ṣe èmi náà mo dá ẹlòmíì ò tiẹ̀ ní fẹ́ gbọ́ tẹnu mi báyìí wọ́n ti rí pé àwọn ti rí actor kan tó kàn wá ń bá wọn ṣe kínní mo ṣe ń gbàdúrà kọ́ lọ́ọ́ yanjú kínní kíá because bó ṣe ń níyàn lára tó bó o fẹ́ sọ fọ́lọ́run pé ẹni tí fẹ́ jáwọ́ o because mi lè bá gbogbo kí wá jẹ́ kọ́ gbogbo orúkọ olú ẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀dí kí kólú ẹ̀ tó rí justice so nígbà tí mi lọ́ba tí gbogbo isaac kí mi bá ti gbẹ́ kegun ká tó rí justice mi ìyájú sí ọlọ́run complain o but that's why you have to do something quickly ìtẹ́ bá máa pa èdè pa nù wọn gbọ́ àwọn tó pa Mohbad yẹn ìtẹ́ bá máa pa ẹ̀ pa tí wọ́n fẹ́ kó lọ ẹ̀wọ̀n ẹ̀ tètè yanjú kan tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ọlọ́run tí wọ́n bá ní interest nínú kéèsì Mohbad insult yìí ti pọ̀ jù ẹ máa rí bí mi ṣe máa pariwo sọ̀rọ̀ sí mi wá pé so this nonsense mi à ṣí platform akọ máa sọ̀rọ̀ chapachapa ntọ́ lè ṣe lójú wọn physically they can't ọlọ́run sáà máa gbà ṣàkóso wá sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀gbà ẹ̀ lọ́mọ arẹ́ni tó ń ṣe gbéraga èèyàn ní gbéraga ló lọ ń sùn lẹ́lẹ̀ èèyàn ní gbéraga ló ń jókòó pẹ̀lú àwọn èèyàn èèyàn ní gbéraga mo ń sábà àwọn èèyàn mo ní gbéraga èèyàn ní problem láàrin màá dá sí ìgbéraga bọ́ṣe ń mẹ́ṣọ̀ gbéraga nìyẹn àwọn tó ní gbéraga lọ́wọ́ tí ẹ rí níbi tẹ́wà wọ́n ti ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé exist àwọn tó ní gbéraga nìyẹn ṣé yọ lè rìn kórí má mì ni. Alright guys, I want to let me play some games.
It might not me need smoke. I don't have smoke at all.
No, that don't say that
I don't smoke. 220 is never watching you.
I told you this is I'm moving. Only my own people will stay.
Thanks for the likes.
I like it.
Your favorite distraction. How's the day? How's the day going on?
Thank God. I've been writing some stuff. Some paperwork. So much party. How many other times still? Let's go. We're gonna play games with full brain, and I'll come back later. Let's engage. What I go? Oh no, me last time I play him.
Ain't no me now.
Okay, mo ṣe rántí better tó lọ mi yẹn do me. Tade Franco.
Fiki, this way you're going and coming. Oh, they share and that Mary for me. She and that Mary for me now, Fiki. 400. Thanks for the likes. Because you have been going and coming in my life. Just do what God wants you to do for me in my live stream. And that's Mary. ×2, guys. ×2.
There's a wine for everyone.
How many times let's go?
Did you go live? Did you go live? Eh?
Thank you, Sam.
One more roll. One more roll.
One more roll, sorry.
Rose.
Tiger Rich, thank you guys.
Wow. Now you do 400 for me now. Please.
Victor James.
You say you always the chairman. Me, I be beggar for this place. You no be beggar. They come, they catch cruise. Like you said. They come, they catch cruise. They come, they catch cruise for this place.
How many other times too? Let's go.
You leave.
Thank you.
want to know. If I ask you for my idea,
how many other times too? Let's go.
let me say I smoke loud. If you ask you for the same idea, you know everybody smoke loud. Now we transformer, never bring the light. We supply the area, but they bring the fire. Now we transformer, never bring the light.
Mr. Daramola, bless you so much.
Thank you so much. Damola, thank you so much.
Cascool.
It's another one. Not a gathering. Honestly, thanks for the line.
There's another Tade Monaco. Tade Monaco there, guys. IG Tech.
Guys, I'm saying my move streaks me pẹ̀lú kíní báyìí. Snipe.
Right sniper.
Damn. Hey, monkey.
I'm a best sniper too.
I'm a bit of smooth today. I've been
All right.
so tired. I had a long day. Hola.
All right. All right, guys, family, let's go. Congratulations, Tade Monaco.
Organization, chicken for money pressure, street orientation. Modernization, for money pressure.
Ah, well, Eka,
Kò dá tí mo ṣe kí yín àbí.
ẹ kí mi gba ẹ má kí mi pa bẹbẹ yóò.
Kí lẹ porúkọ mi bẹbẹ yóò. Kí lẹ sọ. Oh, ráwọn Nàìjíríà bá play lálẹ́ àná. Báwo lẹ ṣe kí lẹ experience ó kí ẹ tẹ̀sí lọ́yà kí mo wáyé lálẹ́ àná mi ò rí.
Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
Lè stream náà. Ṣé wọ́n padà drop streaming?
Ṣé fún Nigerians?
I was live when it happened.
Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Kí ló ṣe yín?
Ó kàn drop ẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ pọ́n náà. Kí ló ṣe yín kí ni ẹ̀rọ ìtẹ̀ máa gbọ́ kí tó ṣe yín wò?
Ẹ̀mẹ̀ ṣáà sí Nàìjíríà.
Ẹ̀yìn fi. What happened to you? What happened to the Trimlal? I don't know the country you're about.
I'm a ghost traveler.
Guys, let's go.
Guys, let's go. Activate.
àwọn èèyàn yín kọ́
Everybody
àwọn yúnra rẹ̀ tó máa ń gálárì yín sẹ́yìn ẹ̀jẹ̀ wo gálárì yín tí yín ti bá yín láìtàlá ẹ ti lánà gálárì yín ṣì wà ní 0 lónìí òní ni alálẹ̀
lẹ́nu
ẹ̀dùn
sọ
àwọn ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lè fi ṣẹ́ni.
wọ́n ló kó 0 ràn mí 0 ni wọ́n náà wà. Guys, let's go.
èmi ò rí tap mi ò ní tap ní ó bẹ́tà ju gálárì yín wà ní 0 lọ.
ẹgbẹ́ ìlú olùwà kàkọ́ a kì í lọ kí alẹ́ rẹ̀ palẹ̀ ẹ̀ ní
èmi ò ní tap ní bẹ́tà ju gálárì. Guys, let's come in. Oh. Can I just give this man 1-0? Just one good 0.
0 náà ló wà yẹn ṣé o lè kó tiwa 0 náà ló wà.
I want to give you just one good 0. Listen, just one
náà
good
nìyẹn 0 yẹn nìyẹn etí náà mo ṣì wà tó bá fún mi 0 etí náà mo ṣì wà.
Serious. Serious. Ṣé kí ni serious? Guys, let's come in. Man, that's a charge.
Jehovah.
Hi, how are you guys? Let's tap the screen.
Jehovah in the building. Thank you for yesterday, Jehovah. I give you work. I love you. Finished. Finisher. That's the Jehovah. Babe. Kí ló wọ ìfọwọ́ tẹ̀ wọ́n lẹ̀ báyìí? Obi voice note báyìí tó bá fẹ́ tẹ voice note yóò ṣe bí ará oko oyè tó bá ti tẹ.
King, hi, how are you? Ẹnu yóò kì í dúró.
Gbẹ́nu náà gbọ́dọ̀ nígbà fún ẹ̀kọ́ kò ṣe bí àwọn ìyá tó ń ta kiri lọ́jà. Farabalẹ̀ hold on jẹ́ nǹkan ẹ̀.
Èmi ni mò ń ṣe first náà ilẹ̀ ń wò bẹ́lúbẹ́lú kí ló dé? Wọ́n jẹ́ ń wò bẹ́lúbẹ́lú.
Gbọ́dọ̀
ẹ má kọ́ mi, just keep it to yourself, mi ò ní ìdẹ̀.
Hold on kọ́kọ́ kọjọ ọba yìí jẹ́ wo bí báyìí wo.
Ẹ má kọ́ mi, àríkẹ́ má kọ́ mi, ẹ kọ́kọ́ bá òyìnbó yín sọ̀rọ̀. Oh God.
Tó bá ti ṣe báyìí sori ṣé ó dà kí n nà ẹ pa tí bá yìí báyìí wá ṣe báyìí wo bí tó bá ṣe báyìí ó ti lọ ní àwọn ẹ̀dẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ tó fẹ́ sọ ó wá yìí báyìí ó wá gbé ka ó mọ̀ ká ó tẹ̀ mọ́ WhatsApp. Yeah, let's go to say 1-0.
Guys, let's start the stream.
Guys, people don't pariwo only guys go come. Send the game.
Ṣé serious? Ẹ ló kí ẹsẹ̀ máa ṣe máa ń gbé mi ò láwọn èèyàn bíbá ìpínlẹ̀ máa ń pè kílẹ̀ máa ń fira yín fi I don't get it.
Ẹgbẹ́ sẹ́mẹ́tì ló sí pé.
Guys, Oba, thank you for the likes.
At
least I get a tap. Oba, thank you for the likes.
Whatever. Ojú ẹni máa làárí tó. Ojú ẹni máa làárí
yọ. Ojú ẹni máa làárí yọ. Thanks for the follow. Oluwadarasimi, thank you for tapping for me. Thanks for taking me.
Hello. Let us send it see Otoni to send it to me. Then we'll feel low bureau coming out. The signature and stamp. So if you want to send. So to call officer. So you got Fabi, welcome on board. Thank you guys. Thank you. Dawson's fear dead as tribal militia launched attack on Adamawa community. Jiggy jiggy shapa, open up fairly. So guys, let me consider what I was saying. Well,
took like 2-3 hours. I'm always really like, yo, let's record this shit, you know. And I feel like for a lot of people, they'll be like, let's call it a day, but he didn't. Just stayed there. Me, I just rushed. I arranged normal abacha, arranged things that I thought he would like, just to make sure that he understand that I appreciate that he's waiting for me, waiting for this thing to happen. And then at the end of the day, through God, it was able to come up, and then we recorded. After we recorded, he was very happy. Me, I was happy. The next day, I was like, "Yo, I heard the record. I was like, yo, broski, this is a jam," and it felt the same way. We're like making plans on releasing. We're supposed to create content on the 10th. He died on the 11th. So if he hadn't gone for the show that he had with Cubana Chief Priest, probably would have been at Mines, because he had come back from London 11th. From the Gen Z and OG that Polo
he died on the 11th.
Performed there. So we're supposed to like create contents on Mad, and then pass on the 11th. Yeah.
He passed on the 11th. I don't wait. All the evidence there point out. All the you feel like you want. Hey, no, I just wow. Anyway. It's quite sad though. It's quite sad. Let me play this one so that you guys can hear again.
Mr. Biggs, Mr. Mo.
There's nothing we can do, you get.
Oh, Famo.
Oh.
Mr. Biggs,
No,
Mr. Mo.
there's nothing we can do, you get.
Oh, Famo, Father Lamon, mo nínú kámẹ́rà yìí.
Only more no camera. Yet, only because CCTV in label bad. And somebody is saying here that the CCTV could apparently be working on board. Only somebody is saying no camera. The reason why I'm doing this is because naturally most of these things might not be contained in the previous investigation. And the current investigators, they sometimes wash me. So so if we come into anything about quickly say, but by the time you take booking on social media, too many evidence. But when they watch like this, and we go into the archive, we'll bring it out, they see it, and they'll be able to note and, request for it if and when necessary. But that one, that's vital. We need it. So, well, Mohbad died inside the house.
There are so many human rights abuses, tortures going on in all law enforcement agencies in this country. Nigerians, we are too quiet and silent.
Human rights are those rights that you have because you are human. It's important that I also equally give my appreciation and the appreciation of Amnesty International Nigeria to the organizers and to the convener, Mr. Yomi Fabiyi, and his volunteers, the foundation board members present.
We cherish the privilege given to us at Igbobi College in Yaba to share the podium at this.
That is the Upper IC. That's the first Human Rights Summit convened by my NGO in 2019. 2019 at Ishele.
I represent the thoughts of the college community.
The other one, Timothy, video King White, Timothy.
No, I've got my lawyer.
Video King White was over free on
I'm even with the UC. Tell him Oga wants to talk to him. I'm with the UC. Can hold up for
I don't know if I play video King White here. Timothy, to over record, Timmy, replay, enjoy. I don't know. I'm going to be replaying, enjoy. So that's just it.
There are so many human rights abuses, tortures going on in all. There are so many human rights abuses, tortures going on in all law enforcement agencies in this country. Nigerians, we are too quiet and silent.
Human rights are those rights that you have because you are human. It's important that I also equally give my appreciation and the appreciation of Amnesty International Nigeria to the organizers and to the convener, Mr. Yomi Fabiyi, and his volunteers, the foundation board members present.
We cherish the privilege given to us at Igbobi College Yaba to share the podium at this summit. I represent the thoughts of the college community on this important issue of human rights and particularly its violence.
So that was the summit that was convened by my humble self in 2019, Sheraton Hotel. And you have the Commissioner of Police, ably represented, actors, actresses, newscasters, comedians, musicians, students, lawyers, captains of industries, and of course, the best human rights lawyer, International Bar Association, and the best human rights lawyer, American Bar Association, was also there as one of my panelists. So those were the things that was the first human rights summit that was convened by our NGO in 2019. And we were doing, in 2020, we joined the NSAS with them. 2021, we had Babaji's case. And then 2023, Obar's case. And it's going on and on, but just that my decision to stay away from collecting grants, that I want to do it for 5 years before, so I can be able to discipline myself. It comes with a cost, but at least so far so good. People can see clearly what we can do and what we have been doing. We're ready to support and cooperate with the government, to cooperate with the government, with the police, with the law enforcement, with the Ministry of Justice here and there, just to ensure that we have a better society. And somebody like me, I will never tilt towards any negativity towards my country. I will show my patriotism fully towards my country and continue to do things that will make sure that, there is national development, and that is the duty you also hold. Raise your children to contribute their quota to the cause of justice, and raise your president, so.
On the news tonight, Amnesty International please ask Nigerians to resist human rights violation. A very lovely evening to you. Many thanks for joining us on our flagship news here on Super Screen Television. I am Precious Amayo, and tonight we begin with the report that Amnesty International Nigeria has blamed the federal government for the continuous serial human rights violations in the country. Speaking to Super Screen News at a 2-day summit on human rights in Lagos, Country Director of Amnesty International Nigeria, Osai Ojigu, said Nigerians have to protect their rights in the face of any tribulation.
It's becoming a major threat in Nigeria because it's not been addressed. Incidents have been occurring for several years, and yet government and the enforcement agencies are doing very little to curb it. So it's becoming a life and death situation whereby people do not know where to go to, and people have lost faith in the justice system. And this is a dangerous place to be in, because it means when people don't have faith in the system, then anarchy is looming in the corner. The other reason is because it's affecting the entire country as a whole. When human rights are not protected and enforced and protected, you ensure we find a situation where people begin to feel that they need to provide certain services for themselves. And so criminality increases, and then people do not have the tools and the resources in order to live a very good life.
Kemi Adediji, representing the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Edgar Limohimi, and the convener, Yomi Fabiyi, speak on their efforts to stop human rights violation in Nigeria.
There is no much awareness towards rights abuses and where to report cases of abuse. But if much awareness is given, the police is trying all their possible best, at least to curb this menace. Once the citizen rights are being trampled upon, they come to the station to speak out. And when they speak out, they will look into it speedily. And I believe with this, it will solve majority of the problems.
We are too silent for people. Intelligent people are not always silent. They only know when to be quiet. And I want to believe everybody in this world and everybody listening to me, we are all intelligent. We need to understand that the freedom of the next generation belongs to us. We need to understand that we owe the duty to the next generation. The fact remains that to even stand by what is right should be a core value to us.
So, those taking us back a bit. These are people are still, what have you done to me? And this is when I've been decorated. This is inside the American Embassy. When I'm being decorated as a human rights ambassador. Then play a little 2018.
Yomi in action. Here you go. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
So that was the 24th of April 2018 inside American Embassy, where I was being decorated as a human rights ambassador. 3 of us in Nigeria, and part of the reason stuff is in Buguni. So, and if somebody is neck deep into the cause of justice in the temple of justice, I'll be tilting to support crime or even crime towards children is absurd. They really think that everything is about social media. I know certainly rate them if you sort of as you are right. But whatever the case may be, it's still important that I have to do my job to propagate the cause. So it's one of the reasons why when I dabble into a case, I don't have to be a board of the body. I must not be looking for favoritism. I must not be looking for trying to cut corners. And that is why you see that we'll keep pushing. And Mohbad is going to get justice. It's quite unfortunate. It's going to get justice and it's going to get it the right way. But people assume that the way the justice will come is the way. We are grateful that the president and the commander-in-chief and the government is giving us audience. And the case is already active. And it's a new lead. If Toba already at issue, if they're not willing to go into the matter, they won't spend money to say that the force headquarters should go to Lagos to duplicate all the file from the state command, the SCID. They won't do that. And they did that, they won't even start investigating and arresting people that are involved, that are genuinely should be seen as suspect in the case. Oh, one more, I want to lower at this stage, but little 1 or 2 things is what is delaying the prosecution. And that is where we need to cooperate with the police. But it's quite unfortunate, the community that have come together on TikTok to pursue this cause are the one militating against the progress of the stuff. It's quite unfortunate. And when you see them come attack somebody like me, it's because they want, and that is not who I am. That's not who I am. Because me, they didn't go to my pie. I won't see what will hurt Lagos State and do it. I won't see what will hurt Ogun State and do it. I won't see what will hurt Nigeria in terms of human rights and delve into it. But the fact remains that there are things that I know that we have to speak up. We have limited people that are into human rights, and that is my duty. That's the job. That's the mandate that has been given to me. But only America, sorry, at the expense of my country, I can't. I have to still put my country first. And that is why my try láti ṣe ohun tó bá wá látọkàn mi. Òun ni mo ṣe boldly sọ pé kò ń ṣe òní, kò ń ṣe bóyá no be my ẹni tó bá ti wo American embassy dé level kò ń ṣe kí ọ lèyàn lọ bá wọn ṣe party ẹ jókòó sí ẹwà ní compound ẹ lọ ṣe party o. This is a core part of the embassy, and this is American government here. So kò ń ṣe kíní ń bọ̀ into play. Kò ń ṣe kó bóyá lọ pàdé lótẹ́ẹ̀lì kan. That's
Yomi in action. There you go. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Let me even put some of the pictures there for you to see. So, the gbé sórí jù kò ṣe pé èèyàn fi show frapapa àbí nǹkan. But then, let me just show you guys so that you can see some of the pictures. So, you guys can see. Oh. Come up, baby. That was the Wow.